Hello students, this is Mr. Smith and I'm going to be sharing with you the Even Numbers Part 2 video, which is a video in our Math Facts Strategies series. This video will share with you a strategy to help you figure out math facts that have an even number as part of one of the factors. And so let's get into that today. Just a quick reminder as to what an even number is. An even number, of course, ends in 2, 4, 6, 8, or 0, and you can see these are some of those dots that show that relationship with having a buddy. You know that all these are even numbers because they have a buddy right next to them. It's just a kind of an easy, simple way to remember that. But anyway, so keeping in mind that 2, 4, 6, 8, and 0 are even numbers, we're going to look at this fact here, 3 times 4. Now, most of us know that 3 times 4 is 12, so I'm just going to give you that answer right away. However, let's say you're at a point where you don't know what it is. So what I'm going to have you do, the strategy here that teaches you how to figure this out, is if at least one of the numbers in a math fact is even, what I want you to do is I want you to take the fact that's the factor that is even, which happens to be this one, of course, because it's a 4. And what I want you to do is I want you to take half of it. So what is half of 4? Yes, 2. And I want you to think about the fact as 3 times 2 instead of 3 times 4. Because we know doubles, and 3 times 2 is just simply 3 plus 3. And so when you get that, that happens to be 6, right? Well, that's not the answer, of course, to 3 times 4. 3 times 2 is half the answer because we took half of this factor. This one stayed the same, the 3 stayed the same, and we took half of the 4. So the next step, what we're going to do is we're going to double this answer. So 6 plus 6, which is 12. And that's essentially what this strategy is. So the rule, so to say, or the idea, is that you keep one of the numbers the same and you make one of the even numbers half its value. Okay, so let's try that again. Now, again, here we have two numbers that are even. We only have to take one of them and make it half. So I'm going to half the 4 is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to keep the 6 alone. So half of 4 is 2. Keep the 6 as it is. And you should know from doubles, what is 2 times 6? Well, it's the same thing as 6 plus 6, which is 12. So I'm keeping one of the numbers the same, which I did right here. I kept the 6 the same. And the other even number, this one here, I'm going to make it half of its value. 2 is half of 4. And then I figure out that math fact. And 2 times 6 is 12. Now, the last step is adding the answer to itself. And that would get you the answer of 24, which is what 4 times 6 is. Let's try another one. If at least one of the numbers in a math fact is even, yep, here we go, the 4 is even, I'm going to make that one what? Yeah, I'm going to make that one 2 because 2 is half of 4, and I'm going to keep the 9 as is. Now, 2 times 9. Well, again, that's a double. And we've talked about our doubles facts. So, 18. 2 times 9 is 18. 4 times 9. Well, in order to figure out what 4 times 9 is, I now take the answer, the new fact's answer, and I add it to itself. So I'm going to add 18 to 18. And I would get 16 and carry the 1, 36. So 4 times 9 is 36. That's essentially the strategy that we're teaching here. So let's take a look at this one. Which one are we going to take half of? The even one, right? Yeah, the 6. What are we going to do with the 7? Yeah, it's going to stay the same. So we're going to have 3, which is half of 6, times 7. And if you know this fact, this is going to help you. If you don't know this fact, this particular strategy isn't going to work in this case, so you try to find a different strategy. But it happens to be 21. And of course, one way to figure out 3 times 7, you could do 7 plus 7, which gives you the 14, plus another 7, that gives you the 21. So that's how you could figure out 3 times 7 as a quick strategy there. Okay, I've got 3 times 7 equals 21. That's half of the answer up here. So I need to add to it itself. And I would get 42. And 6 times 7 is 42. So that's another strategy that you could use to figure out math facts, is by taking one of the factors, if it's even, make it half, and then we double our answer at the end. So here we go. Let's try this one. 8 times 9. Which one is going to stay the same and which one is going to be half? All right, the 8 is going to be half. What's half of 8? Good. Half of 8 is 4, and the 9 is going to stay the same. So we're going to have 4 times 9. If you know this fact of 4 times 9, then you could do this strategy. If this doesn't work, you could use a different strategy to figure out 4 times 9, but let's say you do know that, and let's say that's 36, because it is. 4 times 9 is 36. What do I do to this 36? In order to get the answer up here, I need to add it to itself. And that is going to be 72. So 8 times 9 is 72. And that's how you do this strategy. If one of the numbers in a math fact is even, you keep one of them the same, and you make the even one half its value. That's what we did here. 4 is half of 8. We kept the 9. We figured out 4 times 9, and then we doubled 4 times 9 in order to get to our original fact. I hope this strategy helps. If it doesn't make sense right now, you're welcome to look at this video again. And if it does work for you, great. Now remember, this strategy will only work if one of the factors is even. If both factors are odd, this strategy is not going to work. So for example, if you had 7 times 9, you could not use this strategy. Why? Because 7 and 9, neither one of those is even. One of them has to be even. Okay? All right. Well, good luck in your work. This concludes this video tutorial on using even numbers in facts to help you figure out other math facts.